Hello, everyone. This is Faheem Jackson, and this is episode 67 of my podcast show, In the Know. This is a short form podcast show which is aimed at putting people in the know with a variety of topics, using my experiences and viewpoints in life to put people in that know. Now, what is the know? It's using my understandings of these experiences to guide you through the world. The following is an intro speech into the topic of today, and that introduction speech is regarding taking gap years between high school and college. Leaving high school, I went straight off to college. It was never a thought that I would not go to college after high school, but there are students who take time off between high school and college. This is known as a gap year or years. Students who take time off to try to save money for college or gather their life together first. And I'm thinking that more and more people should take a gap year to try to figure out what they truly want to accomplish in their lives. Some might even realize they don't need college at all to progress in life. What are some reasons as a whole that it might be wise for a student to take a gap year or more when deciding to attend college? Should there be gap years between high school and college? Senior year decision. In your last year of high school, you have all these ideas about what you'll do once you graduate from high school. And going to college is a decision that most young people make in life. But if you want to think about taking time off, it is best to first have this conversation with your parents. Then you need to work on finding some form of employment that will aid in you being able to live on your own or with parents. Which brings me to the next portion of the topic, which is what will you be doing the entire time this first year? 1 year. Here, we're after high school into the first year. We're going to have to work your way through life in this first year to make money, maybe to travel, get out there and visit things around the world. So you can have yourself a worldly viewpoint. But if you're not this person, then you're going to need to work to make yourself viable to be taken seriously by your parents. Because most are going to live at home to have that gap year. Now, the 1 year also gives people the opportunity to take off from school, that time period to have a recharge for college. But anything a little longer could truly mean something else. 2 years. If you're going to be making a decision to stay in the house a little longer, then you're going to need to have a good reason why. And this second year may give you a little bit of extra time to save for entering college. The second year is good because maybe 12 months is not good enough for you. Now you're going to have to convince your family that you'll need more time to build money for leaving the house. I never had this problem because I went straight off to college after high school. So I can imagine the conversations that took place with kids that have to take a gap year or two. But what about the person who needs even a little bit more time before they go off to college? For the people who might need this, we go into the next area. 3 years. For the person who might want this time period, could be only not saving for college, but also for the work experience as well. This could give a level of responsibility that most of the kids that go off to college don't have that you do. Which means that once you start school, you'll be a little older the moment you graduate. Now, on the other hand, you will be entering college while most are stepping into life. You'll be in your late 20s, meaning which could also put your work experience that you got in your gap year not too important. Now, if you continue this work, you may have something going for yourself. Now let's look a little bit deeper into the work-related work before entering college. Work. I spoke about the work that people do before going to college briefly. Here's the thing about work when you're trying to put money together for college. You're coming straight out of high school, so you won't be earning much money to make that much of an impact when going to college. So the gap year may not be enough time for you to come up with money for school. Here's where that 3-year time frame might be a good span to raise finances. But then again, why assume work is to raise money for college? A job could be used as a tool to allow you to see the real world. Some people work a job and realize that this is not for them. It puts a fire into them to focus once they do go to college. Travel around. Earlier, I said that people tend to want to travel once they take off their gap time. Backpacking around the world will allow you to see firsthand how others live. This way, when you step onto the campus after moving around, you'll have a base to converse from in classroom with your peers and your professors. Back to college. Now it is time to go to college. You've been out of school for some time, and now when you come back to school, things tend to be a little different because you have been doing other things the whole time. How does this affect your ability to cope around your peers? You may find it difficult to communicate because there is a more adult feel to you that is different since you understand what it means to be back in the work environment. So your responsibility that you have been conducting in prior makes you ready to be in classes. And since you may be paying for it, you will take it more seriously because it will come straight from your pocket. Now, I didn't take a gap year, but went straight to college. I would encourage you to open up all the options of going to college or not after high school. But I think gap years are becoming more and more prevalent, especially with the high cost of college. End statement. Why we have to open to gap years after high school. My decision to move on to college was in my best interest. It was a decision that trickled into other decisions in my life. Now, as for many others, this might be a good move to make for them, especially if you're someone who needs the time off to focus on what you want to do. This way, you don't just linger around college without direction. So many students take courses that they don't need just to try to figure out what they like. But the people who know what they want spend less time and money in school. So, know your purpose for being there if you're going to be there, and understand if you even need a 4-year education in the first place. Thank you for listening to In the Know, and can't wait to bring the next episode where we talk about the future of American education.